Grab your popcorn, guys. This is gonna be a long one. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Haleigh and welcome to my channel. For today's video, we're gonna be doing my top Netflix TV show suggestions, and it's gonna be a long one. I have a lot of shows because I watch a lot of Netflix. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. If you're like me, you'll finish a TV show and then you'll sit on Netflix for hours trying to find a new TV show to watch. So this is why I'm making this video. No more will you have to sit and scroll through Netflix for an hour. I have all the best Netflix TV shows because I've watched pretty much all of them. So I have all my favorite picks here and I'm gonna go through them and tell you a little bit about them so you guys don't have to scroll through and try to figure out what to watch. Another thing to know about me when it comes to Netflix is I will start a show, I won't even like it, but I will finish the whole entire series just because I have to know what happens after a certain point. Like, once I pass episode 3, I'm like, that's it, I can't stop watching. What do you do? So I will watch a TV show that I hate just because I can't stop. Like, for example, before I started watching Scandal, I was watching Secret Life of the American Teenager because I used to watch that when I was on TV when I was in high school. And listen, rewatching this TV show, I was like, what the hell is this? Like, nobody talks like this in high school. Like, no, I don't understand it. Like, it's so, like, stuff like that doesn't happen in high school. Like, yeah, people get pregnant, but like, news doesn't travel that fast. Like, your parents don't get in a fight and then like people at school know. And like, oh, the show is just annoying, but I would get annoyed and I would watch it and I just be like, oh God, I fucking hate this show. Why am I watching this? And then just keep watching. I couldn't help myself. I just keep watching it. So yeah, a little fun fact about me. So the first thing that I look for when I'm looking for a TV show on Netflix is the amount of seasons that that show has. Because when I get like committed to a TV show and I get really involved with the characters, they're like my best friends, and I don't want to just watch it for one season and then be like, where are my friends going? So I like to have a TV show that has at least 5 seasons. Some of the ones on here have like 12, 13, like Grey's Anatomy had 12 on Netflix, so did NCIS, One Tree Hill had 10, so you see where I'm going. Friends has 10, whatever, you see where I'm going with this. So I'm going to do this in 4 different parts. I'm going to tell you guys about the TV show that I am watching right now, the TV shows I've watched more than twice, TV shows I've watched twice, and then TV shows that I've only watched one time but I still like. So, a TV show that I'm going to add to this list just because it was one of my favorite shows of all time is One Tree Hill. I used to watch it every fall. I don't know why, but this past fall kind of seemed a little bit lonely because I took it off Netflix and it really made me mad. Made me cry a little bit inside, not on the outside, just on the inside. So yeah, One Tree Hill was the best show ever and I don't understand why Netflix took it off. Netflix, if you're watching, put it back on. Another TV show that I'm really pissed that they took off Netflix is Friday Night Lights because it's a great show. I watched it 3 times all the way through because Tim Riggins, hi, and Matt Saracen, he was super cute, hi. Okay, so the TV show that I'm currently watching right now is Scandal, you guys. I can't stop watching, I'm obsessed, okay? I just started it last Sunday and I'm already on season 3. I know, like I said, I watch a lot of Netflix. So basically Scandal is about Olivia Pope. She used to be the media consultant for the presidential party candidate, whatever. And he wins, gets in office, but all these things happen. Like they rig the election, they do this, that. She loves him, he loves her. It's like a back and forth thing. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. And when I first started watching it, when I first saw Columbus Short in it, I was like, why didn't anyone tell me he was in this? Because I'm like, complete heart eyes, because I'm like, hi. I had a crush on him when he was in Stomp the Yard, okay? Another thing that I love about Scandal is that it's a Shondaland production, so Shonda has put in other, like, the same characters from Grey's Anatomy, like Meredith's dad is in it, Meredith's mom is in it, Teddy is in it, can't remember who else, but I know those three are in it, and it makes me really happy because I'm like, oh my god, it's Meredith Gray's appearance. Oh my god. Next TV show that I've watched probably about 20 times all the way through is Friends. I think everyone knows what Friends is, what's it about, so yeah, Friends. It's another show that I've watched about 100 times all the way through, but not really, only like 4, is Supernatural. It's about 2 brothers, Sam and Dean, who hunt bad things. They hunt monsters, fight demons, stuff like that, and a whole bunch of stuff happens, and yeah, it's really, really good. The next TV show that is one of my favorites is Glee, and I know everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, you like Glee? Yes, I love Glee, okay? And I think it came out in 2009, so I was in high school, so I was in choir, I was in show choir, so that was like that was me, that was my TV show. So I love it, yeah. So now onto the TV shows that I've only watched twice. The first one is The Vampire Diaries. Everyone knows The Vampire Diaries. Elena and Stefan, they're in love, and then Damon comes in with his hot ass self and then mixes stuff up and everyone becomes a vampire, a werewolf. Yeah, really good if you like that sort of thing, which I do. The next show is Gossip Girl. I've watched this show twice, and both times it annoyed me because it's just rich people problems all the way through. But it's a good show. You should watch it. Next TV show is White Collar. It's about a inmate who Matt Ballmer plays, Neil Caffrey, and he escapes maximum security prison and then helps the feds take down other criminals. It's pretty funny, really good. Definitely recommend it. This next show is great if you love to be sad. Grey's Anatomy. If you love to fall in love with a character and then get them ripped away from you, just in the worst way possible, and if you're watching Grey's Anatomy, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody dies. And if you didn't know, everybody dies. But it's a really good show. You should watch it. Shameless. So Shameless is about a kind of poor family who's trying to make a living, and they have a deadbeat dad who just drinks all the time, and yeah, it's hilarious. Oh my gosh, so funny. Please go watch it if you haven't watched it. Stranger Things. So Stranger Things, when I first watched like the first episode, I didn't think I was gonna like it because I'm not a fan of like alien things. I'm not a fan of that. So when I first started watching, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna hate this. What the hell is this? I don't, but so good. And if you watched it, you know why. I love Stranger Things. It's about these kids, and there's this alternate universe called the Upside Down, and one of their friends disappears and they have to retrieve him from the Upside Down and fight all these aliens and stuff. It sounds dumb, but it's really good, okay? Another show to watch if you like rich people problems is 90210, and this is the reboot that they did a couple years back, not the original, but the reboot is really good. I really liked it. It's a bunch of rich people problems living in big houses as teenagers and living rich people lives, which I'm not, so I'd like to watch it. The next TV show that I really, really, really love is called Heartland, and it's about a girl named Amy. Her mom dies, and her mom used to run this horse ranch, and she takes over the horse ranch because she's like a horse whisperer. But I really love the show, and it's like the most G-rated show ever. They say like but it's so good and I love it. And I didn't think I'd like it at first, but I started it just because I was bored, and then I fell in love with it. So next TV show is Drop Dead Diva. So this show is about a really pretty thin model named Deb who dies, and her spirit or her whatever is put into a kind of chunky lawyer who knows nothing about fashion or makeup or anything like that, and it shows her like this new character, Jane, falling in love with Deb's ex-fiance. Like, it's a big thing, and he finds out that she's Deb, and it's so good. So my next favorite show is American Horror Story, and listen, okay, this show, you know how I talked about Glee first. Glee has the same creator as American Horror Story. Like, he went from Glee, like this show, choir singing, don't stop believing, hold on to that feeling, streetlight people, don't stop, till like, I'm gonna kill your whole family in like a year. I don't know what happened to him, but whatever. So American Horror Story, if you don't know what it is, it's a series that every season is different, but it has like some of the same people in it. So my favorite seasons are the first one, Murder House, the second one, which is Asylum, which I have this weird obsession with insane asylums. I think it's because I'm in the mental health field, but I just have this weird obsession with them. I can't explain it. And then I really liked Roanoke, which not a lot of people liked, but I really liked it because I hated this last season, Cult, which was about the election. I didn't watch any of it. I couldn't stand it. And I really loved Hotel because, girl, let me tell you about Lady Gaga in this. She killed it, okay? Killed it. She's a goddess. She is my goddess. She's my queen, and I love her. Next show is Pretty Little Liars. Now, I watched this TV show when it was on TV. I probably stopped watching around season 3 because it just got so confusing, okay? If you're gonna watch this show, you need to commit and you need to write notes because it gets really confusing, okay? It's about 4 friends, Hannah, Aria, Emily, and Spencer. They're 4 best friends, and then their friend Allison dies, and it's how the whole series is how it happens and who did it and who killed Allie, who's stalking them. And the ending, I was not expecting this to happen. You just have to go watch it if you've never seen it. It's crazy. This next TV show turned me into a lawyer, so if you want to go get your law degree, just watch this TV show. It's called Making a Murderer. It was huge like 2 years ago when it came out. It's about Stephen Avery, who was wrongly convicted of raping a woman. He was in prison for like 15, 16 years, and then they wrongfully convicted him, so they had to let him out after 15, 16 years of him being in prison. And then not even like a year or so later, they tried to convict him for another murder. It's just, listen, I was sitting there screaming at my TV, and I was writing letters to the president. I was like, he is not guilty. I became a lawyer while I watched this. I think he's innocent, and I still think he deserves to be out. So, yeah, get him out. It's ridiculous. And I think they're actually making like a second part, like another 10 episode stretch of this, like afterwards. But I could not stop watching, so I watched it again just to make sure that I was right that he's innocent. Next TV show had a lot of controversy when it came out. 13 Reasons Why. I had to read the book when I was in high school, so I already kind of knew about it. But it's a really good show. I think it touches on a lot of touchy subjects that not a lot of people want to talk about. And I know there was a lot of controversy. So yeah, I think 13 Reasons Why is really important to watch, and it's a really good show. Like, you cry every episode. It's crazy. Okay, so that is it for the shows that I've watched multiple times. Now on to the shows that I've watched one time but I still love. And I'm gonna start with like the top 5 that I have and then work my way down from there. The top 5 I do plan on re-watching again, so they're gonna eventually be TV shows that I've watched twice. So the first show is NCIS. That's my #1 show. I love that show, and I don't know why I never watched it before, but I always saw it on there and I had it on my queue, and I just never watched it. But basically it's about a team of naval investigators who investigate naval people's death and stuff like that. So it's really good. And the characters within them in the show are really, really good, and I love them. Next TV show is Parenthood. Listen, if you want to cry, watch Parenthood. If you need to just let out a good cry, watch Parenthood. It's really good. It's about a sister and 2 brothers and like their families and their parents and the trials and tribulations that they go through, and it's just really good. Criminal Minds. I really like this TV show. It does get a little bit slow for a while, but it gets inside the minds of a serial killer, and it's a really good TV show, and there's a lot of seasons. It is Riverdale, which is a new TV show, and it only has one season, but it's about this boy who dies, and they try to figure out who it is, and it's based off like the Archie comics, because it's like Archie and Jughead, and then all the other characters. It's really good. It's Gilmore Girls. I love the original Gilmore Girls, and then they came out with like the 4 seasons of them now, which was really, really cool. And basically, Gilmore Girls, if you've been living under a rock for the past 15 years, is about a mother and a daughter, and she's super smart, goes to Yale, and yeah, whatever. So those are my top 5 picks, and I'm just gonna go down my list from there. Number 6 on my list is Once Upon a Time, and Once Upon a Time is super cool. It's all the fairy tales come together in this one little land, and it's just really cool. You see all the backstories of these characters. It's pretty cool. Next one on my list is New Girl. Next after that, I have Beauty and the Beast with what's-her-face from Smallville and the really hot guy. He's like a beast and she falls in love with him. That's why it's called Beauty and the Beast. Next I have Nurse Jackie. Nurse Jackie is hilarious. It's about a nurse who's like the top nurse at her hospital, but she's also addicted to like pills. It's hilarious though. Next is Charmed. I really love Charmed, but it's so old. Like, you watch it and you're like, what is this? But I really like Charmed. Next is Dexter. Dexter's about this guy who works for the police, I think. I forget if it's the FBI or something, but he kills people. He kills the bad guys and like gets away with it. It's crazy. Next show is Rules of Engagement. Super funny. I love David Spade, and it has the one guy from Family Guy who goes, "Hey, Peter." That guy, I forget his name, the really tall one, but he's really funny in it. Next is Burn Notice. Burn Notice is one of those TV shows where I started it and I got to like episode 4 and 5 and I was like, I hate this show, but I could not stop watching, and I ended up watching the whole entire series. Because I couldn't stop watching. I had to know what happened. I had to know what happened to Michael, you know what I mean? But was it my favorite? No. Next one is The Killing. I really do like The Killing, and it has the one guy from Suicide Squad in it. Basically, the only thing that annoys me, it's about the murder of this girl that goes on for like 2 seasons. So when you finish the first season, you're like, I thought we were going to figure out who killed her, but you don't. You figure it out on the next season, and then the 3rd season is about something completely different. And there's only 3 seasons, so you're like, what the hell? Anyway. The only reality TV show that's on this list is Skin Wars, because I started watching Skin Wars just because I wanted to see what it was about, and I could not stop watching. It is so cool how they can paint people's bodies and turn it into something completely different. I just thought it was so cool. So I ended up watching the whole thing, and I really like it, so I give it 5 stars. And the one TV show that's on this list that I do not recommend anybody watch because it's creepy, it creeped me out, and made me feel weird watching it. Like physically I felt uncomfortable while watching this show, was Bates Motel. I cannot tell you how uncomfortable this show made me feel. Like the mother and son relationship that was going on there just made me feel so weird. I was like, I cannot watch this show anymore. Nope. So I stopped watching it like on season 3 because it was, again, I had to know what happened, but I just felt weird for watching it, so I ended up not watching it. So yeah. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys got some good suggestions on some TV shows to check out. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys! I really like this TV show. It's really cute. Cute? What's cute? That's not even a word. Just a